Good night, teacher. Good night, classmates. I hope you're doing well. I presented to you my final project, and it's about Katy Perry's career. So let's get started. Well, here we have Katy Perry. Mm, Katy Perry is known as Katy Perry, but her real name is Katherine Hudson. She was born in Santa Barbara, California, uh, in October 25th of 1984. So she started her career as a gospel artist. She didn't have success until she was signed by her record label, Capitol Records, in 2008. Well, her first project was One of the Boys. This project was a pop rock album. Her first single was You're So Gay. That single wasn't very well received on radios. So immediately, she and her team decided to release the main single, I Kissed a Girl. That surprisingly, that single became her first solo song to chart in the top 10 of the list of Billboard Hot 100. So here we have the cover of her album. This era had only 5 singles: "You're So Gay," "I Kissed a Girl," "Hot and Cold," "Thinking of You," and "Waking Up in Vegas." "Waking Up in Vegas" is my favorite single from this album. She had her first tour, Hello Katy Perry tour. There she is performing. As you can see, this was a very pop rock album. Well, in 2010, she released Teenage Dream, and with this album, she established herself as a global superstar and became the first female artist to have 5 number one songs from one album or from the same album. This record was also achieved by Michael Jackson. So Michael and she are the only artists to achieve this record. This is the cover of the album. This album had 5 singles. We have Teenage Dream, Last Friday Night, California Girls, Firework, and E.T. Well, with this era, she made a very camp album. So in those years, she used to be very goofy and very camp. She also had her tour, the California Dreams tour. So there she's performing. Let's keep it rolling. Well, as you can hear and see, this was a very pure pop album. Well, here we have Rhythm. That was her third studio album. During this time, she had a divorce from Russell Brand. Her professional life was very successful, but her personal life was the opposite. With this album, she was the woman with the most digital sales, surprising 100 million copies sold. This album came out in 2013, and this is the cover of her album. This era had only 5 singles: Roar, Birthday, Unconditionally, This Is How We Do, and Dark Horse. In fact, Dark Horse is the most selling song from a female artist in the United States, selling more than 17 million copies. She also had her tour named Prismatic World Tour. She's performing Dark Horse.
Are you ready?
So, next we have this video because in those years she was also asked to perform at the Super Bowl, and she performed very well. Well, we have her fourth studio album named Witness that came out in 2017. With this album, she lost of all of her liking popular her liking and popularity, sorry, because she was more spoken about her thoughts and sides uh, about elections between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Well, here we have the cover of the album that was very experimental in sounds and visuals. The singles were Bon Appetit, Sweet Trees, Hey Hey Hey, Chain to the Rhythm. And she also made her tour named Witness the Tour in 2018. Next, she released in 2020 Smile, that was her fifth studio album. She released this album because she wanted to reflect all of her journey through anxiety and suicidal thoughts. So, in the same year, she and her fiance decided to have a baby. Her baby is Daisy Duplum. Well, because this was on COVID, this couldn't be promoted as the latest projects. So here we have the cover of the album. These are only had 4 singles: Never Really Over, Alice in Hawaii, Daisies, and Smile. And she made a residency in Las Vegas. And this is the video of her performing.
When I'm gone, I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but this is my brand new song. When I'm gone,
Well, this is her latest album ever released. This is named 143 because it means I love you in some language. And the reason for this album, I Love You, is because she has been recovering all of her love for her, for herself, and for her fans. And this album is dedicated for the real fans, the Katy Cats. So I hope this project is just the beginning for her to recover all of her success as a pop star. And here we have the cover of the album, 143. This album was released in October 10th of this year, so only has 3 singles: Woman's World, Lifetimes, I'm His, He's Mine. My favorite is I'm His, He's Mine. I encourage you to listen to it. And this is her latest performance in Rock in Rio, Brazil. So she's a really good performer. And well, that's all. I hope you like it. Thank you, teacher, and thank you, classmates, for listening to my final project.